Hey guys, and welcome to another video. This video we will talking about the current state of CRYENGINE. So just a little disclaimer before we start. I'm a former CRYENGINE developer and I'm also a huge fan. So some bias might be here and there, but I try to be critical in this video as well. So it's not just blind uh, marketing video. Um, and there's not going to be a big history lesson. This video will be mainly focused on the current state of the engine. So let's get to it. Uh, let's start with the positives and with some strong sides of the engine. And the, the strongest side of the engine is definitely the visuals, or are definitely the visuals. If you take a look at Hunt Showdown or Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, those games look absolutely phenomenal. And even to this day in 2026, it looks really, really good, even though the last update was in 2022. And that was rather a small update, but it's still really good looking engine. Um, it's easy to work with the source code because it's just pure C++ as opposed to Unreal Engine. So that's another really great thing. It's really stable. Because yes, it's made in Germany, and as we all know, German engineering is the best in the world. So yeah, it's really stable. That was one of the things that really surprised me when I first tried Unreal Engine and it crashed. I was like, "What? Why is it crashing?" Like, you know, CryEngine doesn't crash. You know, almost like okay, maybe a few times, but uh, most of the time it doesn't crash. It's stable and it's really great to work with and have this stability. It's optimized. That's another great thing. It runs really well. The games made on it runs really well. You can do a lot more stuff in CryEngine than on Unreal. So that's a great thing. I mean, Kingdom Come Deliverance, if you look at it, that game is heavy, but it still runs really good. And part of that is because it's made on CryEngine. So optimization is a really big thing. Um, it's built for real world simulation. So things like time of day. Um, I have a funny story. When I started working with Unreal, and I wanted to change the time of day, and uh, I was really pissed because I couldn't find the time of day slider. And then I looked at some tutorials and they were like, well, you have to adjust the exposure and stuff like that. I was like, what? Because in CryEngine you have like this little slider that says time of day. I just change it and the whole lighting just changes. So that's a really great thing. Another great thing is physics. You have things like ropes, for example. You have water simulation. You have oceans. You can create a river. The you have I think it's called buoyancy. So when you put an object that has rigid physics, which basically means it's not static. It actually floats in water, like on top of the water, which is really cool. And this is not something that you see in Unreal Engine. In fact, they just started adding water uh, into the engine, which is quite funny. Um, Vegetation. You have vegetation system, and it's all physics based. So, well, if you set it up right, it's physics based. So you basically there's a touch bending, so the player can walk in tall grass, and the grass actually bends when the player is walking. You can see that in Crisis 3, for example, and maybe Kingdom Come Deliverance as well, and it's really cool. Another thing is the wind. You can set up a wind, and uh, all of the vegetation will just bend uh, because of that wind. You know, it's all simulated, which is just so amazing. Um, it's easier to work with than Unreal. Um, and yeah, there might be some people saying that Unreal is easier to work with, but oftentimes that comes from them trying out CryEngine 3. But I'm talking about CryEngine 5 here, and it's definitely much easier to work with than Unreal. But it's part of that comes from the fact that there aren't as many systems as in Unreal. So yeah, it's AAA battle tested. So there are many games. It's not like any garage engine made by one guy. What a team! Apparently, what I heard, the team in Crytek is very small. Uh, but it's not made by one person. There have been AAA games made on it, and it's ready to ship a game. So that's another strong side, and it's also an engineering marvel. Um, there are a lot of great creative geniuses working on the engine. Um I'm talking about Vladimir Kayalin. If you don't know him, you can just go. You can find his channel on YouTube, and he actually showcases ray tracing uh, in CryEngine, but it was made in like 2006, I think. And it's like, yeah, which is GI, both diffuse and specular in 2006. So that's absolutely incredible. One of the strong suit of Crytek is that they have like these creative geniuses, uh, and which which are comparable to people working, for example, at NVIDIA. And it's really striking to me that they don't really use those guys to their fullest potential. But yeah, Svogi is one of those engineering marvels. So it's sparse voxel arc global illumination. The first prototypes were made in, I think, like 2006, and it is absolutely amazing. Like, when you compare when it was made and the results that it produces, it's absolutely amazing. and it still stands out today. So and there are many more things, but I want to talk about the other things as well, and those are disappointments. Um, no support from Crytek. Yes, unfortunately. As of 2026, there's no support from Crytek. There is like one email. You can download the engine and they pay the domain. And that's basically it. Most of the work is done through the community. Um, and the community is actually the best thing on CryEngine because it's really, really nice, really helpful community. So that's absolutely amazing. But yeah, no support from Crytek. It's really sad. It's really sad as a fan to see that. Um, it's C++ heavy. So visual scripting is not very limited. It's you can still accomplish a lot of things with FlowGraph, but it will only get you so far, and you're gonna need a C++ programmer if you want to make a game on CryEngine. So that's a bit of a disappointment, especially for indies. No hardware ray tracing, and only diffuse bogey. So yeah, in 2026, there's still no hardware ray traced global illumination. There's bogey, which is great, but it's not. It uses compute shaders, so it's not hardware ray tracing. It's what you would call software ray tracing, which is much slower. You can't really capture that many details without losing a lot of performance. And also the way Svogi was constructed, you're not really gonna get really good reflections. So it's only diffuse and ambient, but specular reflections is something that's not really working properly on Svogi, and that's a big disappointment. Another huge disappointment in 2026 is DirectX 11. In 2026, having DirectX 11 only is kind of a deal breaker because of features that DX12 and Vulkan offers. These are in the engine, but they're unstable. So basically, they're not working as they should. Vulkan is not working in the editor at all, and the X12 is actually slower than the X11. So yeah, uh, there's almost no asset base. So when you're working with Unreal Engine, you have Fab, but when you're working with CryEngine, there's almost nothing. So you either have to create your own assets, or you have to buy assets from Fab and then invest the time needed to convert those assets from Unreal Engine or FBX into the CryEngine files, and that's really time consuming. And when it comes to the source code, there is a lot of technical debt. We already talked about DX11, but we can, for example, talk about the audio. The audio supports voice and FMAT, but it is uh, it supports a really old version of FMAT, not the current version. And there's a lot of other things that are missing in a source code. So yeah, if you're a programmer and you want to modify the engine, know that there's a lot of tech debt in the source code. So who is this engine for? It is for AA and AAA developers. It is made for a team of developers. It's definitely not made for solo developers. You're gonna need at least one, maybe two C++ programmers on the game side. That's non-negotiable. Uh, I, you're gonna need custom assets, or you're gonna need to import the assets from Fab, which also takes time. It is for developers who favors performance. So if you want a game that's gonna be running really well, then CryEngine is for you. And open world games should 100% use CryEngine because CryEngine was made for big open world games. You have Crysis, pick a game, they're all sort of open world. Then you have Hunt Showdown, which is also, you can say, open world. It's really big environments. Or you have Kingdom Come Deliverance, which is just a uh, huge world. So open world games definitely should use CryEngine. And those are my wishes. So what I want, ease of use changes. So for example, the ability to just import all of the assets using the asset manager, because right now, because the glass map is in the alpha map of a normal map. So you have a normal map with RGB, and then in alpha you have a glass map. And so because of that, you have to open Photoshop and get the glass map to the alpha map of the to the alpha channel of the normal map, which is really annoying and takes a lot of time. Same thing with the alpha. If you have an alpha map, it needs to be in the alpha channel of diffuse. So yeah, that's quite annoying. There's also no automated physics generation. So if you have a model, you need to open it in 3D Studio Max, and you need to generate a physical proxy mesh, LODs as well. That's also not done in the engine. So there's a lot of work that you need to put in just to get the assets to the engine. When in comparison in Unreal, you just import it and it's there. You don't need to open anything else. And I think that's the philosophy that CryEngine really needs to take, so that developers don't need to open anything else, and they can just stay in the engine most of the time. Stable DX12 or Vulkan, pick your poison. And I would add a lot of fixing a lot of the tech debt. So being able to use the newest version of FMAT. UI needs to change a lot because right now it's using Scaleform, which is deprecated. You can't even buy any editor uh, that's been used for creating UI in CryEngine. So first it was Adobe Flash and then Adobe Animate, but both of those were deprecated. Hardware ray tracing, of course, specular as well. I think that's that's a given thing, you know. Blueprint like visual scripting. This would be really great for indies, so that you don't need a C++ programmer to make a game. New modular game SDK. So game SDK was basically like an example project from Crytek provided to the developers. It included game code. It included custom components, uh, and yeah, 3D models as well. So basically, a example project that you can use. Um, but it was this one huge project that included a lot of code from different places. And so modularity would be absolutely amazing for the new game SDK. And more assets, whether that's Crytek dropping out some new assets, for example, every week, or just the ability to convert I think it's called U asset files from Unreal Engine into CRYENGINE so that you can um, import the assets easily from Fab. That would be great as well. Just, anything. Just to hear that the engine is still in development and we might see something. And talking about future, here we're going to talk about the future. The last update was made in 2022. Since then, the community managers were fired, so there's basically no one talking with the developers from Crytek, which is pretty sad. They also had some financial issues, so it's because of that as well, maybe. CryEngine 6, or the next iteration of it, will stick with probably developed for Crysis 4. But Crysis 4 was cancelled, so we have no confirmation on what's the current state of the engine. Hopefully it's not cancelled. Uh, but they do have a new co-CEO at Crytek, a guy with a lot of experience from Red Games, Rockstar, IO Interactive, and Deep Silver. So hopefully, it looks like they got a new investment because this guy has a company that helps with funding of game studios. So it looks like that Crytek has a new investment, and the new co-CEO is the investor, and is there to keep an eye on his investment. So that is a positive thing. Um, and I added a excerpt from the press release when when the new co-CEO joined, which says they will continue development of CryEngine. So, okay, that can mean a lot of things. They can mean, paying for the domain of CryEngine.com. Or it can mean a new release, maybe in the future. Who knows? And the thing on the left is a from Crytek job board, and yeah, they're looking for a senior tools engineer for CryEngine. So again, this doesn't mean that the next release is gonna happen every day now. Uh, it might be just for hand showdown, or maybe they're still working on the engine. So we're gonna see. But as of right now, there are no updates from Crytek. So yeah, it's really sad. And now I have a Q&A for you, the viewers. So I have a couple of questions that I would like to ask you, and if you want, you can let me know down in the comments. I would appreciate it a lot. Have you ever tried CRYENGINE 5? So we're not talking about CRYENGINE 3, but CRYENGINE 5, whatever version. Um, would you like something? Would you like an alternative to Unreal Engine? I would. Uh, would you use CRYENGINE if new updates were released? Is CRYENGINE in its current form still viable for game development? Would you support community built engines? So, for example, if a couple of programmers will get together and create a new engine, should Crytek focus more on the engine rather than Hunt, which is currently the only game that they're working on? And do you want me to create more videos on CryEngine or Unreal Engine or game development? And last, a bonus questions. Don't you love this screenshot in the background? Yes, this is CryEngine. It uses the game SDK assets, which are quite old. But I mean, look at it. It's so beautiful. And it just breaks my heart to see the engine be dormant and without updates. Thank you for watching this video. You can comment the answers for the questions, or you can ask me anything you want. I will try to reply if I can. And see you in the next video.